Hello Roblox Scripting Club on YouTube, and today I'll be showing you chapter 4. So this is basically going over for and pairs, or in pairs, and so for is a loop which, the difference between while and for is for, it loops it to the number of a variable or a numerical number, and then like while loops it while something is happening. So for a equals 1, so right now a equals 1, and it will loop until a equals 5. So print a, it'll print 1, then it waits 0.5, then a is now 2. So it's 2 out of 5 times. So it'll print 2, wait 0.5, then it's 3. It'll keep on going like that until a equals 5. It sees it's 5, it stops, stops looping. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That worked perfectly. So once again, it's 1 out of 5. It'll print like 1 since a equals 1, and it waits. It's 2 out of 5, and it keeps on going. It'll loop it one last time, I'm pretty sure, if it's 5, but then it'll just end. So now I'm going to show you how to use for with like tables and arrays. So local stuff equals game dot workspace get children. So for I equals 1 stuff, or number of stuff, because it's a variable. So this is technically like, this is a numerical value, but it's a variable, like algebraic. So what this does is I equals 1, and it'll loop it to the number of children there are in the workspace, because it's the children in the workspace. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if stuff, now this is where the array comes in the table. We have to put a bracket I dot class name equals script. We need 2 equal signs, so that's proper Lua and English. Then, so what this does is stuff 1 right now, which is terrain because it's the first child. If its class name is script, then it'll, well, that's for us to decide. So stuff I remove, and I equals I plus 1. And so right now, stuff is terrain, script, camera, and base plate. It'll loop it to the 4, which is the number of things here. Then if stuff 1, because I equals 1, so if stuff 1, which is terrain, dot class name equals script, then it'll remove it. But it's not, so it won't remove that. So then now it's I equals 2. So if stuff 2, which is script because it's the second one, if its class name is script, then it'll remove it, and it will remove that. Then it'll go to I equals I plus 1, so now it's 3. So I equals 3. If stuff 3, which is camera, the third stuff, dot class name equals script, then stuff will remove. So say we said like break after I equals I plus 1, then it'll only check one thing because it won't have a chance to loop again. So you see it remove the script. And so say we put this in a model. Hold on. Workspace model, put script in here. And we put 2 other scripts in the workspace. And the main script is immune because it's not in the workspace right now. If we printed this, or ran all scripts, then it'll remove those 2. Once again, look here. Removes. Because now I equals 5. Or not I equals 5, stuff here is 5. So now I'm going to go over in pairs, which is basically the same thing. It's just in pairs is more algebraic than numerical. So it's more customizable. That's why I like it. So local stuff equals game dot workspace get children. So for ASDF, this is like I, but it's just a different way of saying it since we're saying pairs, because it's more algebraic. So object in pairs stuff. So we could say ob or o. O wouldn't change it. So this is the children, like this. Then so for ASDF, O in pairs stuff, which is checks one array in stuff, which creates like a table. Wait, I have to say do. If O dot class name equals script. How about base plate? Let's try something new. Base, not part, not base plate, because that's just the name of base plate. It has to be like actually, like it's checking for class name, not name. So that's why we say part. If its class name is part, then O remove. And I like this because you don't have to say the array because it's already in here. So end, then end. So you don't need that I equals I plus 1 because it'll automatically loop it for like the number of things here because it knows, because it's more algebraical. So you can actually now say anything here. It's basically like saying I, but we don't need to say I anymore in here. So let's run this. So it removes that. Now if we change it to script, it'll remove this. So it removes the scripts. Once again, watch here, since there's no physical thing going on in here. Watch here. Good. So now I'm going to try something else. Like, this is actually technically how you make the thing, like I've done this before, this is how you make it like the point system. You have to have like a value in each player called alive, and like a script that will turn that value off if the like round is over or if the player dies, and a script that will turn that on when the round begins. But I'm not going to actually show that in detail, but I'm going to show the idea. So we can remove these things. So let's insert a model, and not model because we don't need that. And this, we can ungroup that. So bool value, bool here. So let's insert 2. So local choose equals game dot workspace get children or children. So for choose, and I think I spelled choose wrong. Yeah. Actually, no, for ASDF, or how about LOL, like, which is currently in place of I. And I'm doing another example of pairs because I think it's going to be harder for you to understand pairs, because I just find numerical things easier to understand. So for LOL, object in pairs choose do if object dot if object dot name equals value, then so now it's only going to check these things. So if object dot value equals like true, then, or how about false? Just like that better. Then end, or wait, object remove. So the common mistake is people say choose instead of object. So end. Wait a minute. This is something here. Let's redo that. And end. So 3 ends, 1 to end, 4 1 to end, if 1 to end, if. So let's test this because I don't know if it's gonna work. But wait a minute. We have to make 1 true. So it removes a value. So like what this does is it chooses all of these: terrain, script, value, camera, then local LO or for I or LOL. It doesn't matter. Object in pairs choose, and the in pairs thing's almost like makes the like number of times you need to loop. So object is now going to refer to the one that we're looking at, and choose is going to be everything. So it's one out of the thing here. So if and it'll automatically loop and go to the next array. So if object.name equals value, then it'll check if if this one is true, then it won't remove it, but if it's false, it'll remove it. And yeah. While I still have 4 minutes to teach you, I just wanted to say one more thing. So for I equals 1, 10, do I or print I wait 0.01 and wait, no, I equals I plus 1, and I don't want to make that delayed or that quick, not delayed. Delayed is the exact opposite. So I equals I plus 1. So break. So what this does, it's only going to print 1 after these hello worlds. So it just prints 1. But then if we said something like if I equals 2, then break end. I don't know if it's gonna work because I'm not too good with break, but it should work. 1. Never got to go to number 2. That's weird. Oh wait, because we added, so now it's 2 and it breaks, and because it just didn't get to go one higher, or it didn't loop after. Okay, let me explain this. It didn't work because I was now 2 when it came here, and so it broke. So if we run this should work. 1, 2, yeah. So we had to have it 1 higher than the value we wanted it to end at. So break also works for while too. And also another way to loop something is you can say function on, then print high, then end. And if we just said on, this could be a good connection line. Run it. It just says high. It doesn't need to have that. So now if we said print high, and this is the interesting thing, you can have another loop. If you say on, but for the end and after the end, it'll loop. Lag. Because it just loops forever, so it's lag. It's probably a million loops there. Yeah, Stack Overflow, it just couldn't do it. Look at all those highs. It just had to overflow. So, this is probably gonna be the last thing you're gonna learn. I may make another video on how to actually use this, in Source, those really long scripts that make up mini games. And I'm probably gonna have to make a video on how to add creativity to this, because it's not once you know how to script, it's not until you have creativeness that you know how to script, or not. It's not what I'm trying to say. It's not until you have the creativeness and the scripting power, and that you can make a game, or a good game, a mini games thing. And so it's you have to learn a bit of creativeness through scripting. So I'm gonna have to show you that in another video. So this is probably gonna be your last actual learning video before, or actually for the chapters, unless I add another chapter. So thank you for watching, and looks like our 15 minutes of teaching is up. So happy scripting, and bye.